As I travel and when I communicate with people, a very frequent question that I get is, at what age can I start doing nosework? Nosework is a phenomenal sport. We all love it. It's great. You can do it with a wide variety of dogs, but often people want to know, well, what time period, what age can I start doing this fun activity? To me, that's really not so much an issue of age, but of motivation for some type of reward and attention span. So I've worked some very, very young dogs, anywhere from 8 to 12 weeks that do phenomenal. The amount of time I'm working these dogs is not extremely long, but they're dogs, and of course they're always working for food, but they have to be food motivated. They have to want something that I have for me to actually be able to get them to get into this process. The dogs I work for toys, to me, those are dogs that I work at a considerably later age. Part of that is the way I work food dogs and toy dogs is different. With toy dogs, I want to have a very, very good relationship established with the dog and good play skills already installed. Like we can play with, if it's a tug or a ball or whatever, I can get a lot of interaction with the dog, and it's not something where they want to go and get their toy and take it off by themselves and possess it. So when I work a dog for toys, before I even worry about any of the components here of detection and nose work, we have to have good play skills. We have to have a relationship of trust. I want them to think that the toy itself is not just the reward. It's getting the reward or the toy, bringing it to me. We're going to play, we're going to tug. They'll out clean, so there's not any kind of conflict for me to get the toy back. If there is, if we're still at a point in training where the dog isn't necessarily outing clean or giving me the toy back and I have to do trades and stuff like that, that's okay. But I'm not going to incorporate that into the nose work side of this. I'm going to address that as a separate component that has nothing to do, in my opinion, with detection and nose work until we have those good play skills. When we have those play skills, now I have something I can use as a reward system in detection. But with food dogs, that's different. So I'm not worrying about outing or getting anything back from them. And I often have dogs that work for food that start at a very, very young age. So if they are motivated by food, and a lot of puppies are and young dogs are, I can start them very, very young, but people should be careful with the amount of time that the training sessions are actually, how long they're taking place. So I don't want the dogs to do too much where they start to think, oh, this is really fun, and then they start to kind of, the drive and motivation is decreasing because we've pushed the dog longer than they actually should go in the training session. So when people ask me, what age can we start? Like I said, if the dog's motivated for something, especially food, a young dog, that's fine. You can start kind of doing very simple, basic searching games for food. I still do it in the training lab in a place where I want the dog to make the associations of, yes, we're doing nose work here. I'm putting a search behavior on cue. They're searching methodically. They're finding their food. It's fun. But I'm going to keep those sessions fairly short to the point that I don't want to see the dog wandering off doing something else. They're focused and engaged. They're kind of sucked into my attention and the attention of the lab, and they want to do this fun activity. But I always want to end on a high note where they're still enjoying it, as opposed to pushing and pushing and pushing, and then now it's no longer fun. So when people ask me this, I say it's more of an issue of motivation for something. Like I said, for the food dogs, that can be pretty early on. We can see that and work with that. Toy dogs, like I said, I want to have pretty good play skills, clean outs, and all that stuff. All the game stuff is in play. But then also, it's an issue of attention. How long can I actually keep this dog actively engaged and searching and interacting with me? But if I have those two things, there's really not a specific date or age or time period that's ideal to start. To me, it's a thing of, again, can I find something they're motivated by, and how long can I keep their attention?